Hi, Davir, and today we have a new episode in the Art Review series, and today we'll be checking out the work of dogshirtlucas, or Drawins, or I think it's just dogshirtlucas. So I'm not sure which post got me to check out their work, but they do have this sort of animated style where it's mainly focused on, like, it's not, like, it feels like they have a background in animation just based on how they exaggerate their freaking forms. And what's cool is, if you zoom in, wait, are these mostly videos? Oh, it's indeed the main page. Like, their lines are kinda, oh wow, it's a big image. Usually, not always, but sometimes you get this on Instagram where even if I feel like the image is meant to be big, but it can compress it too much to the point where the resolution just becomes so small. But so far, we have like oh, they do have a little bit of, I guess, you know what? I was gonna say color dynamics, but it's not. It's like a manual set of strokes to add some like texture to it, just a tad bit. But notice how it's pretty much like a cell shaded approach. Flats, shadows. Interesting, the shadows are not just a basic gray. They do like adding, in this case, purple. It just adds a bit of like life, because if your shadow is always like gray, you know, there's no like hue in there or color. It just seems kind of, I mean, it works, it's functional, but it doesn't feel as alive. But when you add just like one color, usually it's going to be like a cooler temperature thing, like a blue, a purple, a violet. It just makes it look more alive, I think. Okay. Based on their, is it inkwork line art? It's not always tight. It's kind of scribbly. I do see some texture. It kind of feels like charcoal sometimes. Very cool. But also, notice how there's no hatching in their work. And look at how they just suggested the, like, you know what? You can be somewhat impressionistic with your lines. Because usually when you think of impressionistic, expressive strokes, you think in terms of painting. But there is a way of sketching where if it's loose enough, it kind of has that same vibe. And I think I see it a lot more in people who have like they're often related to animation in some way, or they're a fan of animation. Like, they just know how to bend the rules a lot more. Like, they're not so focused on being realistic. Not because, you know, they're just doing it to rebel, but they're able to make, I forgot this guy's name, Brock or something. He's the guy being like commandeered by Venom, or this like symbiote thing. Interesting, the shading for this one, it has that segmented look. Think of the cutout filter in Photoshop, where instead of it being like a smooth thing, like a gradient of sorts, you kind of break it down into parts, like a dark blue, a kind of mid blue, and then moving forward. I often see this style in like gaming though, in like game concept art. It's a very common like look. Yeah, their ink work, it's kind of thick, kind of scribbly. I don't feel like they're using too much stabilization. Like they allow the kind of the natural like hand movements to sort of be there in the lines. It just makes it look more natural, I think. Oh, they do traditional sketches as well. I want to play the video, but sometimes my laptop lags, so I'm not going to do that. I want to see this guy. Look at that. Oh, what's going on here? Wait, is that supposed to be Elektra? She kind of has the same vibe as the one who's with Daredevil. Right, do you see how there's not much line art? It's mostly, the lines are mostly in the contours. Not much hatching, but it feels full, right? A solid like base color, some shadows, and that's it. It feels like a simple approach, but if you try it, Usually, well, me anyway, kind of suck at it, but you know what? It reminds me of another artist named Kaiser Real or something. He kind of draws this way too, where lots of the figures just seem so animated, so alive, but they can do it with this with essential animated line art or line work, and then some cell shading stuff underneath, and it feels full. It feels alive. What's going on here? Look at that, right? Like the proportions are somewhat exaggerated. Reminds me a little bit of an artist I reviewed, Ethan Lee, as well. Although for his lines, he's a little more fluid, but it's a similar vibe. And what's cool is it's somewhat consistent, meaning it's not just in the characters, it's for the environment, other non-human things. Just being able to push forms. Oh, is that supposed to be Hulk or something? Maybe that's Iron Man, Spider-Man, and Hulk. Interesting. If you look at the shading here, it's not like I see a lot more like mixer brushes being used, or a blending tool based on these like softer edges. So it's kind of bordering more into painting. But if you look at the colors, it's not like a painting where you have like multiple brush strokes. I feel like they tried to segment the shadows first. Like it's a very strong, big shape you see. Wait, is this a video? I think it is a video. My bad. It lagged. I'm not sure what happened. Hopefully nothing is wrong. With the video. I didn't even play a video. Jesus. Let's proceed. You know what? Maybe they are inspired, or they kind of draw a little bit like Kim Jong-gi, where they do push the proportions a bit. And very, very focused on the contour lines. Because I did see one piece of Kim Jong-gi where he did do it digitally, and the way he colored is kind of like this, where it's a bunch of flats and then one layer for the shadows, and that's it. And I think even if you took away the shadows, the color, the base colors, the drawings would still kind of stand. And I do like that, because it shows that you have your fundamentals down. I just like the vibe. Like the art style feels so approachable, like friendly, like you could do it yourself. But again, it's also a skill. For example, I know just looking at it, it's gonna be a struggle to be able to draw this. I mean, copy it, sure, but to draw it like instinctively, intuitively. What the? Interesting hand. Oh, gummy. I'm getting some merch here. Yeah, I prefer this one way more. Kinda hot. How do you do that? Print on a hat? Yeah, in every shot, even if the background is like white, it still has that dynamic kind of pose. Like it feels like they're flying in the page. Is this not kind of Kim Jong-gi-ish, right? The flying people with the big heads, a little bit. I know he's not the only one who does that, but he's just a very famous guy, right? And it's hard not to compare. Wait, is he like an architect or something? Or interior designer? Architecture. They care about us. Maybe he's in either work or school. Pretty cool. It's an elevation view, showing some materials. We have like a cut section. I'm guessing Google SketchUp. kind of feels like SketchUp. There's something about SketchUp that feels so approachable. Again, I'm not sure if this is like SketchUp, but I'm guessing it is based on like for quick concepts. I know some people use it for concept art, concept design as well. Although I wish they would make like a dark view. It's been a while since I've used it, but like a dark modern view. Think of the new update of Blender, because I remember how Blender looked like years ago. It was so freaking like outdated, like the UI. But right now it just has like a modern vibe to it. Oh wow. And there's just something about drawing traditionally, like you develop a sense of confidence, because if you keep like, I don't think it's like a rule that you need to be good in traditional, but I've noticed that if you have like a solid base in traditional, some of those skills, or a good portion of those skills, do get transferred to your digital works. Oh, I'm guessing they are in school. Some development of how the concept develops. Case study Casa das Mudas, Paulo David. I do like the texture, they added that in the end. And even if it's like a basic model, if you just render it with like V-Ray or any kind of rendering software, it just makes your base model look more cool compared to like a base SketchUp model where it's just all wireframe. It just has like it adds a little bit of realism. Like if you look at the shadows, it has like ambient occlusion, stuff like that, and obviously adding textures via Photoshop in the end to your like finished images, it just does something. So I'm guessing they do have like an architectural background. Pretty cool. Maybe art is something they do on the side, who knows, but I'm pretty impressed. Right? This one has a bit of everything. It has a cutout look, the segmented sort of thing. Exaggerated drawings, right? But some parts have like a softer blended out edges with a mixer brush or some kind of blending tool. Pretty cool. And again, the lines are not like super tight. They kind of have like a loose vibe, which I do like and lean more onto, only because it's easier for me. What is happening? The super big head kind of coming at you. Very dynamic shot. Nice dragon. Interesting. The head of this dragon is very like Chinese-esque, right? But it has like the typical like legs, arms and wings of like a Western type of dragon. And you know what? When you draw figures in like this sort of way where they're kind of falling, it just, to me, it encourages more exploratory drawings, which leads you to draw more. Because if everything has to be in some kind of setting, I feel like it just adds too much pressure. But if it's just like a blank page and you just draw whatever, I think you're just more likely to make art. Oh, pretty cool. Oh, is that Pokemon? I think it is. Is it? Or Digimon? I'm sorry. What? Is that BB? Oh, it's a video. Right? Shadows? And then, oh, they lightened those shadows a bit. Okay. So they toned down the contrast. Yeah, it's a layered kind of work. But there's no special brush effects aside from maybe the softer brush for some of the, not softer brush, but for the mixing brush or blending tool. But everything else, they're just relying on like basic tools. The only thing that has way more texture that's very obvious is maybe their drawings. If you saw the earlier or recent pieces, the lines are a lot heavier than say these lines now. These ones seem more, not less black and more thin. The more recent ones. That's so cool. Right? Like this kind of stuff for doodles, I think it's a perfect sort of thing. Like you can just be crazy, right? And look at the anatomy. It's not that tight, but it makes sense. You know, you could be, again, sort of loose with your anatomy and not be too... It's a kind of art that's inviting because it's not being so righteous. Am I framing that right? It just feels more approachable and fun. But it can't not look good because you can have that approach, but if it doesn't have skill to back it up, it's still not gonna look good. But this guy has some freaking skills. Look at this shot. Crazy. Oh, are those feet? Let me focus. So yeah, that's it for this art review of dogshirtlucas, based in Toronto, and their drawings. So this could be like an art thing. They have more here. So I'm gonna link this page in the description below, and yeah, you know what? Wait, I think there are more images here. Oh, it's a close-up. Oh, it's a close-up. Yeah, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.